Have you ever stopped to wonder how you're able to think, feel, remember, or even dream? Our ability to do all these things and more lies in our brain, an organ so complex and intricate that it continues to baffle scientists and researchers even today. It's the command center of our bodies, the conductor of our personal orchestra, the pilot of our life's journey. Despite its complex nature, the brain's basic functions are within our understanding. It's the powerhouse behind our thoughts, the vault for our memories, the maestro of our speech, and the choreographer of our movements. Every single moment, every sensation, every idea, they all originate in the brain, the enigma within us. Understanding how our brain operates is a fascinating journey, a journey that uncovers the secrets of our thoughts, emotions, memories, and dreams, a journey that holds the key to unlocking the mysteries of our existence. So, buckle up as we delve into the fascinating world of our brains. Imagine the brain as a bustling city, with different districts each having its unique function. This metropolis within our heads is divided into three main parts: the cerebrum, the cerebellum, and the brainstem. Let's start with the cerebrum. This is like the downtown of our brain city, where all the major decisions are made. It's the largest part of the brain and is responsible for higher brain functions. Think of it as the city's intellectual hub, where planning, problem-solving, and decision-making take place. It's also the place where sensory perception occurs. So whether you're smelling the aroma of your morning coffee or admiring the brilliance of a sunset, it's the cerebrum that processes these sensations. Next, we have the cerebellum. Picture it as the city's sports complex. It's not as big as downtown, but it's equally important. The cerebellum is responsible for our movements and coordination. It ensures you can walk in a straight line, catch a ball, or dance to your favorite song. It's all about precision and timing. So when you're gracefully executing a pirouette or flawlessly playing a musical instrument, you have the cerebellum to thank. Finally, we come to the brainstem, the city's power plant. It may not seem glamorous, but without it, the city would grind to a halt. The brainstem controls the vital functions we often take for granted. It's the master controller of our heartbeat, breathing, and sleep cycles. It's the unsung hero that keeps the city running smoothly day and night without any conscious effort from us. So in this bustling city of ours, each district has its unique role. The cerebrum, with its higher thinking and sensory perception, the cerebellum, managing our movements and coordination, and the brainstem, controlling our vital functions. They all work together, forming a complex network of districts, each contributing to the city's overall function. And that's the beauty of it. It's this seamless integration that makes us, well, us. Now, how do these districts communicate? They have a superhighway, the neurons. Let's take a moment to appreciate these unsung heroes of our brains, the neurons. Acting as the brain's nerve cells, neurons are the essential workers of our internal metropolis, responsible for transmitting information through both electrical and chemical signals. Imagine a bustling city with its rush hour traffic humming down the freeway. Each car, like a neuron, carries messages and information to different parts of the city. Some cars are headed to the downtown office buildings, others to the suburban homes, while some are en route to the airport. Each of these destinations can be likened to different parts of the brain and the rest of the body. So, what's the cargo these neurons carry? They transport commands from the brain to the muscles, causing us to move, speak, breathe, and even blink. They also ferry sensory information from our body back to the brain, allowing us to feel, see, hear, smell, and taste the world around us. But how do these neurons navigate the brain's superhighway? Each neuron has a long, wire-like extension called an axon. Think of axons like the lanes on our highway, guiding these neuronal cars from one part of the brain to another. And just like cars on a highway, neurons don't travel alone. They connect with other neurons at junctions called synapses, forming an intricate network of information highways. It's at these synapses where the magic happens. When a neuron fires, it sends an electrical signal down the axon, reaching the synapse. Here, the signal is converted into a chemical one, which crosses the synapse and triggers the next neuron to fire. This relay race continues until the message reaches its destination. But remember, just as a city's infrastructure requires maintenance and regulation, our brain's superhighway needs the same. Too much traffic or too little can cause problems. Our brain's traffic control system, made up of various neurotransmitters and receptors, ensures that the right messages get to the right places at the right times. Neurons, the brain's superhighway, ensure that everything runs smoothly in our bustling city. Every city needs protection, and our brain city is no exception. Just as a bustling metropolis has its defenses to ward off threats, our brain too has its own set of protective measures. The first line of defense is our skull. This hard, bony structure serves as the brain's personal fortress, shielding it from physical harm. Beneath the skull, another layer of protection exists, the meninges. These are three delicate membranes that cushion the brain, acting much like shock absorbers in a car. They also act as a barrier against bacteria and viruses, much like a city's robust police force, always on guard. Finally, we have the cerebrospinal fluid. This clear, colorless fluid not only provides additional cushioning, but also delivers nutrients to the brain and removes waste, similar to a city's waste management system. These three elements, the skull, meninges, and cerebrospinal fluid, work together to protect our brain from injury and infection, ensuring it functions optimally. With these protective measures, our brain city stays safe and functions smoothly. Let's recap what we've learned about our brain city. Our journey began with the enigma within us, the brain, a complex organ that holds the keys to our thoughts, emotions, and memories. We dove into its anatomy, exploring the intricate layout of the cerebral cortex, the hippocampus, and the amygdala, among other areas. Each region, with its unique role, contributes to the symphony of our cognition and behavior. We then ventured onto the brain's superhighway, the realm of neurons. These tiny powerhouses transport information across the brain, acting like messengers, ensuring our brain city functions smoothly. Finally, we touched upon the brain's protection mechanisms. The skull, the cerebrospinal fluid, and the blood-brain barrier all work in unison to shield our most precious organ from harm, keeping it safe and sound. Understanding our brain, while complex, isn't as daunting as it might seem. It's all about unraveling the mystery, one bite at a time. And that, my friends, is a nutshell version of how our incredible brains operate.